So, spawning here in the top right position of Whirlwind, we have got the red Terran player. It is none other than Revenge. And his opponent down in the bottom left, the Teal Zerg representing VP BenQ. It is sLivko. Revenge, of course, plays for Alien Invasion. Cool team. But yeah, that was a good little break between series. I managed to ninja myself a cup of tea, which is always good. It was an emergency cup of tea, and being British, an emergency cup of tea is simply whenever the previous cup of tea has run out. True story. Anyway, CC first was how Revenge opened game number 1. May see it again. sLivko opened hatch first, a 15 hatch in game number 1. Almost certainly going to see it again. There is a possibility for an early pull on Whirlwind, if you're StarTale live. But generally speaking, you're going to see a hatch first nearly every game. So, all going down quite good here. Nothing too scary happening yet. SCV getting pulled back. I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling a CC first coming down from Revenge again. He defended so nicely, even against the Nidus players. The drop, the counter aggression was ace. Good times coming down. Anyway. Drones, overlords. I don't like Whirlwind because there's not that much interesting on it to look at in these early stages. Like there's this thing, like a little plinth here. Looks like Morse code or something on it. Anything else on Whirlwind that I don't know about? I don't actually think there is. I think Whirlwind is a pretty boring map. Unlike some of the others, like Frost has got to be my favourite, the Christmas tree. That's quite cool. I need to see one on the other side. Hopefully there is one on the other side. Oh, this is annoying. You can't really see it from any angle. That is frustrating. But yes, anyway, CC first coming down, but it's part of the wall off. Reason it coming down as part of the wall off is basically so that if there was an early pull and Lings were scurrying, leaping and bounding towards him, he'd be safe. You could just repair it and be like, tra-la-la-la-la, I'm fine. Of course, sLivko not doing that. sLivko getting down the hatch, followed up by the spawning pool. All looking good. But yeah, everything is safe. Everything is fluffy. It's not really fluffy. I'm just thinking fluffy because I have just put my slippers back on and they are very fluffy. It's always good. Anyway, gas coming down. So early gas once more. Same opener from Revenge, to be honest, and it's going to be really solid. The only difference is just that the command center's part of the wall off, which is just slightly safer. Meanwhile, for sLivko, he's opening the same too. No gas early on. Just going to be happily droning. Putting a couple of drones slightly earlier just in case there was any shenanigans attempting to arise. But now the hatch is up. He knows he's safe. It's all good. SCV creeping in. Getting a good little peek of some information here. Not going to see too much though. No gases. Spawning pools down. Droning. The usual. But yeah, Revenge. He's just going about his day. Should see a factory starting up fairly soon once he hits the gas for it. And yeah. Pretty much the same opening. Will he go for the Banshees again? I'm not sure, really, because the Banshees in game number 1 weren't that effective. It was the drops where he did the big damage. So, gotta keep an eye out, but he may think, hey, first time it didn't work, second time maybe it will. It also acted as a distraction, just allowing Hellions to sneak into the natural base and do some roasting, and Barbecue Drone is pretty good. But yeah, anyway, SCV still just dancing around, making sure on his good, nicely controlled patrol between 2 fixed points that no Zerglings are coming out. There are still no Zerglings coming out. All good. Anyway, factory there. Of course, reactor coming down. They'll switch. Then we're just looking for the tech lab to know if it's Banshee. But there are 2 gases up nice and soon. And a decent amount of gas being banked. So it's certainly a possibility. Quite a good possibility of that. And there we go. Starpawn on its way down. So yeah, probably going to be Cloak Banshee once more. 10 drones are on the way for sLivko. He's got his first 2 gases up. Now hasn't started speed yet. But yeah, shouldn't be too much longer. Hoping to see a good little move here by sLivko. Level out the series because, of course, an ace game is always fun. And then we get more games, and more games are usually very, very good. So, Tech Lab, Cloak Banshee, probably going to be a cover. May not have Cloak, we'll wait to see. But yeah, still just this SCV patrolling. Hasn't seen yet. I don't believe that there is the third up. But it's being constructed now, so everything's looking alright. Hellion. Just first one coming out, second one following soon after. Need to see a few more coming through. Just saving the money probably just to get Cloak and a Banshee on its way out. There we go. And then the Hellion side up straight after. So just prioritizing the Cloak Banshee, which is the right thing to do. You want to get that going as soon as possible. But once more, sLivko getting down the road roll. We see an Evolution Chamber chucked in there just to make a bit more of a wall off. May go for the Triple Queen wall off again, but the Hellion has identified that the third base is coming down. And well, second Evo chamber. Now 2 queens can wall it off, all looking pretty solid. These 3 creep tumors can start sneaking forward. Hellion's not quite close enough to actually try and punish that and take it out. Also really good placement of those creep tumors. Look at that. Not to alert the Hellions to them coming through because of this Overlord grinding vision, knowing where. So sick control coming down by sLivko there. But anyway, Overlord on its way back, third CC coming down, pretty much identical, cloak half done, second Banshee still coming through, Roaches and +1 there, Overseer is also in production, so this is just sLivko going, okay, you're probably going for the same build in work game 1. Can sLivko adapt appropriately though, in order to defend it? That's what I've got to keep an eye on for, because I hope he can, purely so we get that ace game. Ace games, as I said, always great, love him as a caster. But yeah, in come the Hellions now, just going to be pushed back, forced to retreat due to the Roaches being in a great position. But the Banshee making his way up into the main. Note there is no Spore Crawler, and the Overseer is actually quite a way back. But the Overlord did get an amazing scout, so the Overseer already on its way through. Great work there by sLivko, just getting amazing Overlord placement. The Banshee just going to have to back out, may get a third, potentially a fourth drone too. Didn't prioritise the Queen, so we'll just have to be a little bit careful. With the Overseer not actually moving, that's a problem because all of the attention currently focused on those Hellions that made it in towards the third. So the Banshees racked up 7 kills quite comfortably. But unfortunately, will now be forced to back away. Second Banshee on its way through towards the third, where there isn't an Overseer and there isn't a Spore Crawler, nor is there any Overlords positioned around, just spotted moving in. Spore Crawler is now coming down, but unfortunately, the Queen is not even over there yet. So more drones getting taken out. Good control here at the moment. Going to rack up a few more kills. This is going to be for revenge. 13 workers down. The counter push is coming forth once more. Second bunker coming up though. Revenge is like, I saw this previous game. I know what you be doing. 15 workers killed. And, well, sLivko pulled back momentarily there. I'm not sure what was going on for that, but no, he retreated back, buying a bit more time. More bunkers are coming down. Of course, this watchtower being held by the SCV. It's completely known. Lots of SCVs getting pulled. This time, 2 more orders in the bunker. The SCVs at the back just saying, do you know what? Come at me. I know if I hold this, I'm in a good spot. He's up by 2 SCVs to compare to the drone count. But now the Roaches are going for it. The SCVs need to get repairing pretty damn quick. They are now doing it though. First bunker will fall. Second and third, well, second bunker's up. Third and fourth bunker not quite down yet. SCVs being forced to tank up some of the damage again with only 2 marauders there. A lot of SCVs are getting taken down. Revenge needs to pull back. He's got the bunkers up now, so he is able to defend it. Doesn't want to lose too many SCVs if at all possible, especially since he's not dropping this time, whereas he was in the previous game. But with 3 bunkers, sLivko forced back. The Banshee as well, able to pick up a bit more damage. Always going to be nice. A few more Roaches heading forward. Widowmine's there too. Going to really aid with the defense. Bit of a unusual rally here coming down from sLivko. That's just where he's forgotten that they're there. Well, we'll get a supply depot if the repair doesn't go down in time, but the Broad is able to solid that out. So sLivko once again ahead in the worker kills. He's killed 20 compared to 16 lost on his own side, but of course there are the mules there for revenge. He's got the third orbital command up and he's floated down towards the third base whenever he feels safe. So this game going to be going on a bit longer now. Infestation Pit and Hydralisk Den are on their way down now for sLivko, so he's mixing up the tech. May go up into a very fast hive. It's a potential possibility. He's got the +1 missile attack and carapace. Roach Hive though, up against Terran is a bit more unusual compared to the normal meta, but with good salvage coming down now. Revenge leveling things up. He can start 2-2 very quickly. He's already got 1-1, so upgrades are level. There's, of course, this one Overlord seeing the move out. Going to get taken down. I won't supply block sLivko. He's got a good few spare. Splitting them out beautifully. There is a Cloak Banshee trying to do some more damage again. That's already racked up 10 kills. Note that there's a Spire coming down. That's getting seen. That Spire is actually quite a good choice. Someone lagged for a second there. I don't know who it was, but yep. Banshee coming in now. Could try and do some damage, but unfortunately with the Overseer and Queens chasing it, just decides, you know what, not worth it. However, infantry moving forward through the middle of the map. We do see as well the 2-2 upgrades have got started. We've got another barracks on its way down. Production just being ramped up on both sides. The important thing is that sLivko looks to secure up a fourth quite quickly. He needs a fourth base to ideally support this hive. But it's what's coming out of the hive that's going to be interesting for me, because Ultras aren't necessarily going to be the call of play. Purely because we don't have any melee attack upgrades. Could be Broodlords potentially, with the Spire there. Could also be, well, Broodlord Infestor is quite good anyway. It's potentially going to be some Vipers, of course. Blinding Cloud, very strong against infantry, especially if you lock them in place with the Infestors. But now, this small push coming up towards the third base. The Hydras will snipe off both of those Widow Mines, but a very cautious play now coming out from Revenge. He doesn't want to move up too eagerly, not knowing what's at the top of that hill. Doesn't know whether there's any Banelings or anything like that. Greater Spire coming down, so sLivko is going to be going Broodlord Infester. Very cool play. sLivko, one of the few Zergs who still consistently uses this strategy. Marines Marauders still coming through. Actually, it's a drop coming through here. Trying to do a bit more damage. But unfortunately, Spore Crawler there gets able to snipe that very fast. Extremely frustrating losing that, but a good pick off there for, of course, sLivko, who's going to be very, very happy about it. Now, in we go. Big push forward. Roach Hydra making its way forward. And, well, great concave now for sLivko. He is crushing through this army. No choice but to retreat for Revenge, but Revenge, he's got 3 bases. He's still producing a lot. But does he know about the Broodlords? The answer is yes, he does. The Greater Spire has been spotted. The Spore Crawler taken out. So many drones going down. Viking production really needs to start coming up. And really the reason you want to see that Viking production is because of the fact that Broodlords are on their way. This Banshee, though, massively paying for itself. Can suicide, getting that last drone. And actually knocks sLivko down to pretty much equal workers again. Double drop heading towards the main. And if the Greater Spire went down, that would be devastating. But there is Overlords positioned nicely. Or there are Overlords positioned nicely, so that's good. And yeah, a lot of Corruptors, a lot of Hydras. These drops aren't going to be going into the main base. Of course, they are spotted by the Corruptors. Damage being done very nicely. Both of them, well, one of them instantly goes down. Of course, the second drop trying to go through, but Corruptors all around. No choice but to drop these units out. Just trying to get them out, as many as possible, hoping to do a little bit of damage, but the might of the swarm is there. However, that has pulled all of sLivko's army down towards this 4th base, exposing his 3rd hatchery. It's going to get sniped out. Revenge gets a big win there and just boosts away with his medevacs. That's the sort of damage you need to be doing. There's quite a few Corruptors down here. And, well, that means Broodlords are going to be coming down, but sLivko not got that much gas. That's what's limiting his production of Broodlords. It's a bit of a problem, and, well, that's because his gas is being limited by the fact that he's just lost this 3rd. He doesn't have those gases coming through, and also because he's making Infestors simultaneously. That's significantly a gas investment, as well as having a lot of Hydras down too. These Overlords just paying off for sLivko so well. It's allowing him to get such great vision of everything that is coming down. But yeah, Overlords making their way through now. Really just being so good. This Overlord spread just really shows how effective it is getting good Overlord spread to defend against things. And also sLivko very very adamant that we're not going to be seeing any drops when he gets Spore Crawlers all the way down. 4th base a little bit exposed though now because of this. Simultaneously are pushing towards the 3rd. Multi-prong attack really forcing sLivko to try and be in 2 places at once. Is the 4th going down? That would be absolutely huge. And well, still the push comes in. We see more Hydras getting taken out, but with a good number of Hydras there, the medevacs will be forced to boost away, but another cancel forced here at the 3rd base. But the 4th being up somewhat makes up for that, which isn't the greatest thing. But yeah, Revenge, he's looking pretty solid. He's got the 4th command center now constructed. He's getting the 3-3 upgrades nearly complete. Bear in mind, sLivko is still a 1-1-1. 1 melee, 1 missile, and 1 carapace upgrades. No air attack either. So these Broodlords are somewhat, and yeah, they're somewhat less effective. Going to be a bit problematic, but still, good number of Marines and Marauders. They need to start heading in towards this now 4th attempt again, trying to pick it off, and just got to be careful not to get hit by a good fungal growth, because that will lock down all of this army and the Broodlords will eat. It's 7 Broodlords already there. 7 Broodlords can dish out a lot of damage. The Viking count is still pretty low. Only 3 on the field. 3 in production at a time though. Not sure why there's 3. Where's the second starport? There is 2 starports, right? There must be. Yes, 1 starport. No idea where the there it is, but it doesn't have a reactor on it. That's why. Anyway, good number of units sitting around here. Amazed this Overlord's being allowed to live still. This Overlord is such a hero. Such a massive hero, being able to scout all of these drops coming in the Banshee and everything. But yeah, all for all, Revenge really maintaining the map dominance. The concern though is there is a bit of a timer on sLivko's strategy. He needs to start dealing some more damage. He needs to start being more aggressive, but he's got to be very careful with his move outs, and that's because Broodlord Infester is hugely immobile. Having an immobile force like that simply means that if you try and go aggressive against a Bio Terran, you'll get dropped to death while you're moving across the map, and all they've got to do then is clear out your army. But the problem is sitting back for so long just means that actually Revenge, he's on equal bases. He's been up on bases for a while, and he's getting a mighty Viking count. But here comes the engagement. The fungal growths are good so far. The scans just giving a little bit of information about what's coming through. A good concave actually here from the Terran player, and the Vikings dealing a good amount of damage. Overseer's soaking up some of the damage from the Vikings, meaning the Broodlords stay alive a little longer. But the Broodlords, if they go down, it takes a long time to get those back up. We've got more fungal growth coming down, but unfortunately, the Infestors aren't there. GG is called. Revenge 2-0s the series and will advance on to the finals. That's going